Hello, and you're very welcome along to the Tuesday edition of The Shed. Hashtag Irish Bulls Mafia with me, Trevor. It's not a bad evening here now. We've had a misty, wetty, not a nice day, but it's brightened up for this evening, so it's happy days. You're very welcome along to the show. Tonight's show now, what I'm going to look at is the training camp, some of the stories out of it so far. Uh, the new bill signing that they signed for today. Um, I was reading an article about the most expensive offenses in the NFL for the 2024 season, and I'm just going to cover a bit in that. And then we'll talk a little bit about the Tua contract and Jordan Love's new contract in the quarterbacks and how much they're getting. But we'll take it a little piece, bit by bit at a time, and we'll get through it. So you're very welcome along, and I hope you're all well. So football season is back, and it's great to be back. And training is back, or camp as he called it over there. Practice or training, we call it here. And it's the start of the season, and things are getting exciting, and everything looks good, and everything is good. Um, Watching videos and reading reports about Josh Allen and Keon Coleman, they've seemed to hit off very, very well. Some of the passes and some of the catches are, if they happen in games, they'll be mouth-watering. So they will. And I hope that that's something that they can build on and work together, as well as the other players like Dalton Kincaid and Dawson Knox and Samuels and uh, Cahill Shakir and all the rest of them that are there. But for me, the big piece that was got this year was in the draft was Keon Coleman. And I know he's raw, and I know he's young, and I know he's a lot to prove. But I do believe, from what I see, there is a bright, bright future there because he's playing with the best quarterback in the NFL. And I know Kansas City fans will shoot me down. Maybe other fans will try, and they'll say, "Well, you know, this man is the best quarterback in the NFL." And yes, he has the rings. And congratulations to him. But for me, my man, Josh Allen, he's my number one. So as things are looking good there. There's been a few um, reports of unrest. Chase Claypool, I think, had a boxing match. Uh, Cam Lewis has been performing so far under par, according to some people. But like pads are just going to be introduced if they haven't they weren't last week. So I presume that they'll be starting them soon. And when the pads come in, things will be different, and players will be able to play the way they're supposed to. I also heard Kyrie Elam was told to calm down a couple of times as well last week. So people are eager, people want to get going, people have to prove themselves, and it's the start, and it's exciting. And let's hope no one gets hurt, and everyone just does their best, and we get the best 53 that we can get going into game one. Um, the next thing I'm going to talk about is who we signed. So today it was announced that the Bills signed former Texans and Broncos safety Kareem Jackson to a 1-year deal, and they released linebacker Shane Simeon, or Simon as we say here, but I think it's Simeon over there. So they released him, and they brought in Kareem Jackson. Now I think he's cover, or but only time will tell if he can fit in and become a regular. But there's a lot of players there ahead of him, so he'll have to bide his time. I think he's a lot of experience, and I think more so he has covered than anything else. Um, then I'm going to talk about. Um, I'll get them out of the way first. The two big contract extensions that was announced this week in the NFL. So Tagovailoa from the Miami Dolphins was given a 4-year contract extension worth $212 million, and he's 167 million guaranteed. Jordan Love from the Green Bay Packers was also given a 4-year contract extension worth $220 million, with 160 million guaranteed and 75 million signing on bonus. So the two of them boys are laughing all the way to the bank, and fair play to them. Are they worth it? Well, time will tell. And this is nothing against the Miami Dolphins, but I've watched Hard Knock, and Hard Knock for me showed the best of the Dolphins. uh, in the back end of last season. They have Jalen Waddle, who they've given a huge contract to. They have Tariq Hill, who's looking for a bigger contract. And now they've given Tua Tagovailoa another huge contract. And in them three players, are they the three players that they're paying so much money for that will get them a Super Bowl? I don't think so. I seen it in the games they had to win last back end. And you go to Baltimore, you had the Bills, you had the Chiefs in the playoffs, and they blew it against the Titans. They were the games. They only needed one win that would have topped the AFC East. They would have had a home game, and it would have been a different path for them. And the Titans was the game that got away. Then the pressure came on against the Baltimore Ravens. Now, fair enough, it was up in Baltimore, and that's no fun day at any time. But when they had the game at home against the Bills, Waddle, Hill, and Tua didn't perform, and the Bills won. If they were serious about winning a Super Bowl or going along in the playoffs or having a home field advantage for the playoffs for as long as possible, then that was the game they had to win. The following week, then they went up to Kansas and they got blew out of the water. And it was the night they lost to the Bills was the night that Kansas had them beat because there was no comeback for them. They're giving these guys huge money, and I don't know, are they worth that money they're going to give them? Hill has performed before, and he performed well last year, but when it came to it, he disappeared. Tua can perform for the early part of the season like he's done in the last two seasons, but again, come the back end, he's not there. And they're given a huge chunk of money that will put pressure on the rest of their team. Me, I don't care, but for a Dolphins fan, it's a lot of money to be handed out. Jordan Love, on the other hand, again, uh, it's a lot of money. I think he's the highest paid quarterback now in the NFL. And Jack Prescott is looking for contract negotiations. Well, he will say, "Well, I'm ahead of Jordan Love," and on paper, Jack Prescott is ahead of Jordan Love. Now, Jordan Love did sit 3 years behind Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, and he had a great season last year. But $220 million is a lot of money, and Jordan Love could turn out to be better than Favre and Aaron Rodgers at Green Bay. And if he is, congratulations to him. But right now, it's a lot of money, and it's a big chunk of change going out of your cap every year for a player that has had one good season. And we have seen players, not just in NFL, but in soccer and other sports, that have one good season, get a huge contract, and disappear. As an Arsenal fan, I've seen it twice where they overpaid huge names. Um, they performed great up until they got their contract, and it was like someone just said, "Right now, you're paid, buddy. Flick the switch, go back and relax." Thankfully, that's not in our team right now. As an Arsenal fan, the players out there want to play under a manager that won't accept anything less. But at the time, I seen it, and the same thing could happen when these boys get paid too. But only time will tell. But as a NFL person, I wish them both the best of luck and hope that they live up to what their teams and franchise and supporters' expectations will be now that they got paid. Now, the next part I'm going to move on to is I was reading a piece and I have it here about the most expensive offenses in the 2024 season. So what I've done is I'm just going to read out the top 10 and then I'm going to read out where the AFC East are in all of this. Now, and this is taken into account before Tua's new contract. So the number one most expensive offense in the 2024 NFL is the Cleveland Browns, and this costing them 191 million. That's a lot of money. Um, they have Deshaun Watson, Chubb, David and Njoku, so like they're paying these guys a lot of money. Number two is the Los Angeles Rams. They're not far off the Browns, but 300,000 less. So they're 190.7 million dollars. Number three is the Chiefs at 170.7. Number four is the Cowboys, 158.7. Now they're already struggling. D.D. Lamb is, well, he was, to my last knowledge, not turning up. And Dak Prescott is sitting there waiting to be paid, and he'll play this year, I'd say, and then see what happens after. But they're up at number four. The Falcons then with Kirk Cousins and co. is number five, $151.5 million. The Giants are number six with $149.8 million. The Colts are seven, $149.3 million. The 49ers are eight. Now, Super Bowl champions are three. The Super Bowl runners up are eight with $147.5 million. The Panthers, this is a surprising one, are ninth with $146.2 million. And they have a rookie quarterback. So who are they paying the huge chunk of money to? And number 10 is the Bengals, Cincinnati Bengals, with $140.8 million. And Joe Burrow and co, like they have the players there that they have to pay. So they will be a threat to the Super Bowl for this year. And rightly so. But that is the top 10. So where is the AFC East? Because none of them have been called up in that. Now, before Tua's contract, the Dolphins were 13th with $138.5 million. But I would think some of that will go up now, and they'll probably move up places. And then there's a huge drop, huge drop. Number 24 is the New England Patriots. They're $108.1 million. You know, where's the Bills? Well, number 26 is the New York Jets, and they're $105.6 million. And still no Bills, but they're next. They're number 27. So the Bills are number 27 in offensive expensive offenses at $105.1 million. So if we're looking at that, you're going, well, do you feel optimistic about the season coming or the future? Or, you know, you look at the Browns, the Rams, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, the Falcons, the top five, they're the big spenders. They should have the best players. It doesn't work like that. We got Josh Allen, and I don't care what money we pay. I believe in Josh Allen, and I think he's this season coming. He stays fit. He will ball out. He's got weapons that are different to what he's had before. He's got running backs that can break tackles, go through, block. He's got tight ends that can block, catch, do what they have to. He's got wide receivers, different types, not all of one. And with Keon Coleman, with Samuels, with Shakir, and if Chase Claypool or Marcus Scantling comes in and plays amongst others, he's got different types of weapons, and Josh Allen can make the most of these weapons. So we might be the 27th most expensive offense in 2024 out of 32, but I don't have us down as number 27 in offense for 2024. So that's why I look at that. So now the next thing I'm going to talk about is something kind of different. So I'm watching the Olympics, and I'm not going to go into too much of the Olympics. I thought the opening ceremony was long. It was different to other opening ceremonies, but um, the weather didn't help, and I just didn't think if it was a sunnier day, it might have better effect. But it wasn't what I had imagined. It was okay. It was great to see the teams go up the river for a change and wave out, and that was brilliant. But I would have preferred, the, the old way, old fashioned. But there's two things I want to talk about in from the Olympics. So I was watching today, the gymnastics was on, and I'm not a gymnastics fan. I'll watch a bit of it, but I don't understand it. I don't know too much. But there's one person that's in it. In it, she won gold today with the team USA, Simone Biles. You have to take your hat off to her. Everything she went through from Tokyo 2020, well, 2020 it's called, but 2021 to go away, take some time out, do what she had to do, and come back. And now she is the well, I'll explain it better. She has the most gold medals in American gymnastics history. So, congratulations to Simone Biles. She's an inspiration to anyone. You don't have to be into gymnastics, but to show that if you have an issue, that you can go away and sort your issue and come back and be stronger or as strong as you were before. Because I was watching a bit of it today, and I was watching her especially, and the things she can do. She had a great team beside her, but when she went on doing whatever she had to, she was just you could see there was a level above. She was a level above, and she's just an athlete. And if you're into gymnastics, brilliant. If you're not, just watch her. She's brilliant, and she's an inspiration. If you want, if you're going through troubles, and we all go through troubles, but just look at her and say, well, she went through troubles. Whatever they were, we don't know. I don't know, but I know she went through them. She got sorted, and she'll have to deal with them like we all do every day. But she can still go out and perform the way she did. And then just later on, I was watching a bit of the badminton. I used to play a bit of badminton years ago, and I enjoy it, and I enjoy watching it, especially at the Olympics. But for Ireland, there was a girl playing today, Rachael Darragh, and she lost her game 2 sets to 1, but she put in a brilliant performance, and I think she's worth a mention. And badminton is a good game here. It's not huge, but it's a growing sport. But watching her today, she was every bit as good as the Swiss player she was playing. A few little things didn't go her way. Um, things like you can't call for shuttlecocks that look like they're going out and land on the line, and shuttlecocks that look like they're going staying in and go out and hitting the net and falling over. It happens in all sport. And she put in a brilliant performance today. And for an Irish athlete at the Olympics, uh, I think this is her first Olympics. She's done brilliantly, and she's another game I think coming up soon. And if she can win that, who knows? But still, she's doing her country proud. So fair play to you, Rachel. Keep the good work up and keep going. And like watching the Olympic and watching the Irish athletes in it. And we have a bronze medal from the swimming, and there's different sports that we're getting stronger at. And it's great to be able to say we can have a mix of sports that we're competing with, and we're able now to compete against the best and take them on and see how it goes. So that is my video for tonight, folks. I have two more things to talk about. One is a lighter note, and I'll leave that to last. But um, I'm not putting out a Spotify podcast anymore. It's nothing to do with people listening to it or not. Just that I'm having issues with Spotify that when I go into the app to upload the video slash podcast onto it, um, I'm just having too much difficulties. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's logged out, sometimes it won't let me log back in. So I'm just going to drop it all together and just concentrate on the video. So it'll just be video going forward. As you see, I've deleted it from the bottom of the line there. So there won't be any more Spotify podcasts. But for anyone that did listen to the Spotify podcast over the couple of years, thank you very much. Now, on the lighter note, and then we'll end the video at this. Joe Burrow's here. Okay, Joe Burrow looked like Kevin McAllister at the best of times. Well, now he looks like totally like Kevin McAllister from Home Alone, except it doesn't suit. I don't think Joe Burrow will ever see this video, but you're not Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes can pull it off. You can't. Grow it out and do whatever you want, but don't have it like that. Um, it's well, it's up to you, buddy, but it's not a good look. That's all I gotta say. So, thank you very much for watching, folks. Um, I'm back watching my videos again from my buddies. So the overreaction Buffalo. podcasts. I'm back listening to it again. I had nothing against it. It's just I took a month out altogether from NFL, everything. Um, Nickel City Mafia. I'm back listening. I was watching one of their videos from Sunday there just before I came on. Brilliant show by Jake and Mike, and it's great to see Jake back. And thankfully, everything is okay at home, and baby is doing well. And just a brilliant show about uh, the training camp. Uh, in Ireland, Michael McQueen and Mark Hogan, they're on kind of a sabbatical or holiday at the minute, and they'll be back into full flow in August. And listening to them and following their stuff is brilliant. And the Gaelic Gridiron, which Jimmy English, again, he's putting out some brilliant podcasts. So, like, if you ever get a chance to watch any of these people, they're my four go to, and then Joe Marino at Locked On Bills. They're my five, and uh, for me to replace any of them, you'll have to go up with a good show because they're the top five shows I'll listen to, hang out, get all my information from, and work from there. So anyway, look at folks until Thursday night. I'm going to do another video again on Thursday night. Stay safe, stay happy. Enjoy the summer. Football is kicking off. We'll be a couple of days closer to the week one, and hopefully we'll have a bit of uh, good conversation to talk about on Thursday evening. And until then, as always, my friends, thank you for watching and look.